The summer's upon us. My finals are done, and now we can begin the eBay summer, the reseller summer. You guys know how it is. If any of you, I doubt it's pretty niche that you're a school student and a reseller. So, but if there is anyone out there watching like that, hey, you know how it is. This is a big time for us. We now have a lot of time. We can sink it right into our business. I'm sure even my fellow resellers that are in school, you know how it is when you just have that big chunk of time that you can now dedicate to your store. You're munching in. You're doing what you wanted to do that you couldn't get to. So I have like a lot of stuff downstairs that's been donated to me and stuff that I picked up from thrift stores. It's great. I'm getting through it now. We're starting it. Just today is my second day off. That's why there was no video last week. Apologies for that. But today we have a very interesting video because we have a very interesting item and a set of items, a very big lot, graciously given to me, not for free, obviously, paid for it, by a local thrift store that, I know the people there. They're friends with me. They're like, hey, we got it in this Wii. I'll let you guys know. It's a Wii. And it wasn't just the Wii. It was controllers, games. They gave me, and they were like, yeah, we want to let you know about this. We know what you're doing, This is when I was talking about when I really like different aspects of being a reseller. You can be kind of that isolated, go in and out. You get your stuff in the thrift store. But for me, when it all started, when I was doing it during like quarantine and COVID, it was a nice way to communicate with people that, weren't my parents. I was locked in a house with my parents, obviously locked in, but, not a lot of places were open. Big brain shirt. I know, just showing off. But not a lot of places were open. And, yeah, you didn't see your friends much. A lot of people were, paranoid, rightfully so. And, yeah, so it was a very cool way for me to go and communicate. So I made a lot of friends out there. I made a lot of, I don't like saying contacts. I feel like that's so dehumanizing. These are other people, I like saying I made friends out there. Met new people, talked to people. And, hey, these people are now like, oh, yeah, we know you're doing reselling. You're paying for college with that. And yeah, it definitely is. Thank God. That's a very nice thing. It's not like directly paying for college, but it's one of those things. Like it's an amount thing. It's the extra income that's coming in, and it kind of supplements it. It makes life easier. You all know how it is. Making money isn't everything, but not having money is everything, right? It's like money doesn't buy happiness, but not having money is definitely unhappy. So, anyways, we have this huge box here. We don't need to be talking about life philosophy. We just need to be talking about eBay and reselling and technology, because that is today's video. We have this big bin here of stuff. I'm going to pull out each and every one. I'm going to show you guys a little bit about how I test my electronics. We actually have a huge electronics station over here with Wii's, GameCubes, PlayStation, Xbox, the PlayStation 2. You think of it, you name it. We have VHS. We have DVD players. I think my Wii's inside right now because I was actually playing my Wii recently. Stupid, I know, but sometimes you go and you play the Wii because it's fun. But yeah, I have a bunch of consoles up here, a bunch of means to test things like CDs, players, and all that. It's all over here on this table. I'm going to show you how it works. I have the TV here. Just going to go through it all, but I'm going to go through the stuff here first. So why am I excited about this? Why am I excited about this? Well, I want to point out, obviously, first. So a controller, I'll let you guys know, like a Wii controller, on its own, it's like, yeah, it's okay. But, like, with all the accessories, so we have the band that goes in, so this will slide in. I can probably do it right here. Yeah, this actually worked out pretty good. So we have the band that slides in like that. So the outer protective cover. That's very cool, very good. On top of that, you have a nunchuck. Yeah? So that's pretty good. These are, like, all the accessories. We have even more accessories down here. And it came with a game, too. Wii Play. Any of these, like, official Wii games, very good. Very good for lots. Now, with Wii, this is something I've heard. I've done this every time I've done a Wii lot, is try to sell 2 of the controllers at once, because most times people want to play with 2 or, 4 people. It was like a couch console, right? You want to play with a family. That's what Nintendo's kind of known for. It's like, fun, family fun. And yeah, so you want to make sure you get multiple controllers. And what do we have? Multiple controllers. We have 2 more controllers with the outer protective covers and literally a instructor's manual on the how the Wii remote works. Another bag of nunchucks. I want to keep in mind, guys. This cost me, I think, $25 bucks. They said, just give us like 10, 20 And I was like, I'm going to give you what I have. And I had like $28, $25. I don't know. I gave him what I had because, you know, this is a lot of stuff. This is a lot of good stuff. For instance, we'll show you this. So, Wii Sports, I think, is like $20-30 on its own. There's 2 Wii Sports, and I know Wii Sports Resort, which we have here, is worth even more. But lot these with a Wii, and you have a really good, solid lot. So we only have 1 Wii, so we're going to sell 1 independently, and we're probably going to put these 2 together. This Wii lot will probably be, when I've done Wii lots in the past, it's been, you know, 100 to, if you have the right lot, like I did like a Just Dance lot, got it for like $200. You can get a very good lot for a Wii. These Wii Sports games do very well on their own. And this is a very complete lot, so I'm going to show you even more. So, like, look at this. We have an additional Wii handle. So, we'd put, like, a Wii like this. And I'm really chancing my luck here, seeing if all these accessories work. But it's probably important that I do so. I don't think it's going to work with the rubber band on. So, I could take the rubber band off, I suppose. No harm in doing so. You can even see in the back here. One of the things I want to point out before I talk about the back of this thing is looking for the cleanliness of everything. So I have not over there, I have some wet wipes. I'll go through and I'll actually wet wipe everything down and right up here. See that? Yeah, we'll go and clean all this up. Wii's, you know, they're white, right? So the white, their dirtiness shows very clearly. So actually, how the heck does this one work? I'm not entirely sure. Hey, you know what happens? Sometimes when you can't figure stuff out, you gotta Google it. So we'll probably Google that. But this, I mean, it looks like it's in good shape. I will figure that out, don't you worry. That's not entirely the point of today's video. The point of today's video is plugging it in, seeing if it works, cleaning it all up, putting it online, and showing you guys the whole process. So yes, we're going to keep going here. We have some more manuals. These are whenever you buy anything, whether it be a game, a CD, a DVD, always look for the manuals. Because people like having that. That's a complete set. And you can put exclamation point complete. So here we have the Wii manual. And we also have another version of the Wii manual. But we also have Wii Play. We have another like miscellaneous Mario Kart manual. Wii Sports Resort manual. All these manuals are very good. They make the lot more complete. It's one of those nice to haves. I remember I showed you guys like the hardcover books. It's like you can have, or more like books in general. It's like you can have a paperback, you have a hardcover no dust jacket, you can have a hardcover with a dust jacket, and you can have a hardcover with a dust jacket with first edition on it. Then you can have it with it signed, right? So it's like when you have all the stuff, it makes that much difference. It's like it just exponentially gets better. It's like a 1-star to a 5-star is how I look at it. So we have another controller, and that makes us have 1, 2, 3, and 4 controllers, which is the max amount of controllers that you can have set up on Wii games. So for the Wii in particular, this is very good, very thumbs up. We're going to want to make sure we have all the batteries needed for all this, because look at that. You want to test and look for corrosion, and this will happen, and this is why we're going to test everything, because corrosion can happen. I'm going to take out these batteries now. I'm probably going to do that for the other controllers too, because corrosion just happens. It's a thing with batteries. You leave them in, and typically I've never really found a controller without the batteries. They are normally donated with them. We will go in here and try to clean out this the best we can. I'll try to show you guys that. And yeah, like these corroded batteries, you can just throw them out. I always keep a supply of AA's and AAA's. I'll show you those in a little bit. Yeah, we have more corrosion back here. I'm going to get my wet wipes as well, just to make sure that we clean everything down, because obviously everything gets dirty. It's an old console. A lot of these technologies, especially the older ones, you want to make sure for these corrosion bits, you want to test everything. And that's the importance, is testing it, because you never really know. Corrosion, it doesn't sound like a positive thing, and that's because it isn't. That means it is kind of destroying the insides. You want to make sure that it's still functional. You can do what you can to repair it. Obviously, I am not Nintendo. I don't know how to fix a Wii. So, I'm going to do the best I can as some guy in a garage. Got some more manuals. Very good. Have the Wii itself. Very good. Now, when you are looking at consoles in general, you'll normally find that there's like the release version, which has like certain parts, and then there's they kind of update them as the life cycle of the console goes on. One thing you can tell with Wii's is this bit right here. This bit's actually very good, because that means, I believe, yes, it's the GameCube controller bit. Now, you probably can't see that because that's black and black, but I can see it. And what does that mean? Not all the Wii's were GameCube compatible, and that means in this Wii console itself, and this is a good selling point, and you want to make sure stuff with like the PlayStation 2, I believe that was back compatible to like the PlayStation 1, or the PlayStation 3 was back compatible to the PlayStation 2, but not all of them were. As the life cycle of the console went on, they kind of sacrificed that back compatibility for more accessibility of like the console itself. So this is kind of like a release model. It has this back compatibility. This is a feature a lot of people want, because getting a GameCube's hard, but if getting a Wii that can play a GameCube is easier and more affordable, that is a huge selling point on your console. And you want to make sure when you're dealing with consoles in general, you know what like model it is. It's actually pretty important because they change over time. It's not like this is just the Wii. It is the Wii that has the GameCube bit. It's the PlayStation 3 that can play the PS2 game. One of the bits I'm excited for is every time I've gone on a Wii in any console, I've never gone on a console yet, that when you press the eject button, when you plug it in, there's always a bonus game in. People never take the game out. I don't know why. It's a weird phenomenon, but obviously very important is you want to make sure that all the wires and all the gizmos are here. This is just another controller accessory, so hey, more the merrier. So we have obviously the power box here. You want to make sure you have that. Nintendo stuff is normally unique to Nintendo, and a lot of the other ones it can be a little bit more interchangeable, but Nintendo stuff normally only fits Nintendo consoles. So you have the motion bar, awesome, and you have the different video components. Now, when you're testing, I would say like consoles from the Wii, the Xbox, the PlayStation's HDMI, but so the Xbox is too. So like Xbox 360 is fine, like HDMI wise, I believe. But anything below that, like the Wii's, anything like that. Whoa, we got dark. Sorry about that. Went into a dark tone there. I don't know. I don't know why that happened. Got some Snyder Cut stuff right there. Anyways, when you're dealing with anything from like Xbox 360 older, you're gonna get these 3 video components. You're gonna want to make sure you have a TV that has the yellow, the white, and the red on it. Because if it doesn't, then you can't test this. And not a lot of them do. None of the modern TVs really have that. Maybe some of them do in some niche scenarios. But if you go out to Walmart and you find your 72-inch or whatever it is, with Apple TV installed into it pre-purchase, it's not gonna have this. So you want to make sure you have a TV near or accessible to you that actually has these components, because a lot of these older consoles, GameCube, PlayStation 2, original Xbox, anything older than that, they're going to be using this, they're going to be using these, and you're going to make sure that you have that, because that was an issue, but thankfully we did have a TV old enough for that. And on the flip side of that, obviously you want to make sure you have a TV that has an HDMI. Thankfully this TV has the best of both. So I can test both the modern consoles and the older consoles. If you can get that, that's great. If not, then you can, any traditional monitor now will have an HDMI. You can plug it into that. It's fine. An older television obviously has the 3 prongs. Up here we have another controller with a nunchuck. That's very good, the back of it. And then obviously a little stand for the Wii itself. And that concludes every little bit of accessory except some more corroded batteries that were at the bottom here that came with this Wii. This is a very good lot. This is a very complete lot. Whenever you're going through any electronics, you want to make sure, and you can check online. I've dealt with Wii's enough to know, and electronics enough to know, that this is a pretty complete, like, I know what the power brick looks like. I know what the video components look like. I know that it has a little motion sensor bar. I know that it has a stand. This is a very complete set. The only thing that's really missing here, unless I've overlooked it, and I think I have, is the cover for right here, but I believe I just found it in one of these boxes, and we can now put it back on, I believe. That's actually very good, because I was going to say, this will have to notate as having some wear and tear, but I believe, like that, It is a little broken. Yeah, this bit over here is a little chipped in there, but at least it's there. I'm going to make note of that when we list it. Obviously, you want to make sure your sellers, your buyers have the information they want before they buy it. You want to make sure you're not selling them a scam, right? We talk about this a lot on the channel. Make sure that you have the knowledge available for the buyers to know. So before we go into any of the testing bits, I'm just going to clean it off a little bit. I'm not going to give you guys a full montage of me cleaning it off, but I'll show some dirty bits here. This is a pretty nice and clean lot, and I'm happy about that. So not too much cleaning on my part. Not, a great cleaner. I'm just a reseller, right? Yeah, so like look at this corrosion. I've already kind of wiped it over a few times, but I'm just going to get all the corrosion out. We don't want corrosion here. It's just not good. It's just battery. This is battery acid that just dried up. I actually have no clue what causes corrosion, but what I do know is it's from batteries. It's from sitting there stagnant over time. I know that can damage the integrity of a controller. So getting that crap out of there, getting that gunk out of there, very good. You still want to notate that there was, controller corrosion, battery corrosion in the listing, because if anything, happened that, you couldn't test for or didn't test for, you want to make sure people know that this was a thing that happened in it. They don't want to open it up and they see a little residual of like some corrosion, like, the hell is this guy selling me? He didn't say there was any corrosion in it. You want to make sure, like I said, just be open and honest. More people will be appreciative of that. They'll send you a message if they have any more questions, right? Where's my mom's? You're good. Hi.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Does it work?
I haven't tested it yet. I'm still cleaning it. So next thing I typically do is once I have everything unboxed, I put everything together. So we have 4. This is the 4 that's going to go, the 4 controls that are going to go. We have 3 nunchucks with it. We have all like the wires and stuff together in a pile. We have all the accessory, like kind of over-topping the little covers for all this. Over that, we have all these kind of drying out because we kind of use a little liquid, so we're all drying out. They're fine. This is a bonus one, but we're 1 nunchuck short, and I wanted to make this point because it's pretty valid. If you are in the biz for a little bit in the biz, some seasonality on you, some rust on your skin, you may have some spare bits and bobs popping around. Always make sure you're saving your bits and bobs. I have like a whole thing over here full of DVDs, VHSs, some CDs, waiting to be lotted up with stuff. And I also have this little bin here full of, wires, technologies, little different things, all bits and bobs for different consoles, different things, different accessories. And one thing we have here is a bonus nunchuck. So sometimes you can pull together some of your older resources and you can make a complete lot. So now we have a full lot of 4 controllers, 4 nunchucks, 4 bands, 4 coverings rather. And I figured out that this one here is a little extra long for this accessory piece attached to it. So that's very interesting. I don't know if I'm going to sell that as the individual one yet. I'll have to do some more price researches. But if it is more advantageous to just put the single one with the longer tube here, I'm just calling it a tube now, who cares, then we'll do that. I put all the manuals together. Another bit I want to mention is I checked the Wii Play. Make sure you're checking your games. You want to know why? The Wii Play had a Wii Sports in it, and one of the Wii Sports had a Wii Play. And you want to make sure that everything is in the right place. Also, another thing I did was, you noticed earlier I showed off how we already had those manuals. Well, there's a Wii Sports Resort manual. I went in here. The manual isn't in here, obviously. I put it in there because I had it out just kind of willy-nilly. And then there was this other one. This, like, if you like Wii Sports Resort, maybe check out Mario Racing, which is nothing. It's not at all like Wii Sports Resort, so I have no clue why it's recommended. But that's besides the point. Make sure you're checking your games. Make sure everything's in the right place. You don't want to send someone something random. Like if I sent that Wii Sports out and it was a Wii Play, that's a scam. Gotten all your stuff together. You've made your lot. You know what you're going to include in your lot. You know what you're not going to include in your lot, but you're going to test anyways, right? Because we're testing everything in one go, so we can all list it at once. Even if it's not going to go in this big, nice Wii lot, we want to test like the Wii games, all of them, with this Wii ease. It's just easy, right? It's being efficient. You're not, oh, I'll get the Wii inside to test that game because this is already listed. You're going to do it all at once. You're going to get it done. And like I said, this applies to any form of technology testing. It goes without saying, but make sure you have a power outlet as well, or some extension outlets there where you have more than one plug-in. That's definitely easier, so you can have multiple of your systems plugged in at once. I don't have that. I just have the one outlet with the two little bits down there. You can actually see it from right here. So without further ado, I'm just going to plug it in. We're going to see if the button on top here turns on. Typically, that's the good indicator with all these consoles is where the power button is. It will either turn like red or blue or green. That's what you want to look for. That's how you know it turns on. And without further ado, did it work? Did it turn on? That's right. Red button on. And not bad red, good red. This is one of a few instances that good red is good. Now let's press the eject button. Did we get double lucky? Did we get the bonus game, the bonus DVD, the bonus CD? Ooh! What do we get? Oh my god. It always happens. Now, you guys might be like, scripted. It's not. It's happened in every console I've ever gotten. Even like the PlayStation, the Xboxes. It always is. Big Leagues Sports Summer. Yeah, that's in it. That's in it. That's good. That's golden. When you're testing, it doesn't have to look pretty. You can have like the battery up there and just have like the motion thing up there. I always, whenever I'm testing like stuff that I'm gonna just resell, I don't make it like a permanent setup. I have the Xbox and the PlayStation like that. They've been like that forever. I always test them. Those are ones that I'm never gonna get rid of because those are like permanent ones that I bought for the specific purpose of testing games. And that might be something you want to like invest in is get if you're doing video games or you come across them frequent enough, is just get consoles to have. Like I have a Wii to have. It was actually my original Wii. I just keep my original Wii. I keep my original PlayStation. I keep my original Xbox One as well. So I keep all these consoles that I have had, and I try to acquire new ones. Like I acquired a PlayStation 2. I acquired an Xbox 360. I actually had the GameCube. So a good amount of these, I needed to get a VHS player. I did not have a tape player. And yeah, so there's stuff like that that sometimes when you're dealing with stuff like this, you may want to just, bite the bullet, make the investment, and you just keep these ones around. And these ones like this, when you're just going to sell the console itself, you just set up a little temporary thing, and you get it going. Ooh, if that sound, listen to that. If that doesn't give you some nostalgia, you're heartless. All right, this was childhood. This was good. Now I present to you my legendary elite way of storing batteries. It's my old phone case. I've just put a bunch of double A's and triple A's. Those are the typical battery types that you're gonna want. Is triple A's and double A's when you're testing, like definitely the controllers for a console. Make sure you have a nice little storage up here. Makes it a lot easier than running back in the house and just like, oh god, here's the double A's. How many do I need again? 4 controllers, 2 each. Oh no, there's a 5th one. Stuff like that. Just have a plentiful supply up here. So what I like to do here is obviously, put the battery in, duh. But what more importantly than that is I like making sure that I'm doing everything at once. So I have all the nunchucks down here. I have that weird end accessory down there. I have all the games here. So I'm gonna be doing like just a different myriad of testing both the games and the controllers at the same time, making sure the nunchucks work, making sure everything works. And I won't bore you guys with that. Maybe I'll show you some highlights if I hit a hole in one or something crazy. But I doubt that'll happen. With Wii's and most remotes, if you press any button or like the home button, you'll get, a little bit of a flash. I know the Xbox, it turns green. The PlayStation, it flashes red. This is just a very simple and easy way to make sure it's working. With a lot of these consoles, and I think basically every single one I've ever tested, you're going to have to reconnect each and every one of these. It's a little different on each console about how you connect a controller to the console. But normally it's something like you press a button. I believe the button for the Wii is... yeah, right here. Right? Press this. My idiocy. I've neglected to think that I should press the red sync button in the Wii remote itself, and now it is connected, and that is very good. So we basically, for the Wii, in a normal game console, you're just going to want to press the buttons and see how they interact with everything up here. For the Wii, it's a little different since you have the sensor bar, so you have to make sure that the sensor bar works. And you go like this, and you go, ooh, unable to read this. That's alright. You want to know why it is? Because a lot of the times with the Wii, in particular, it's about how you put in the disc. And I wanted to put that in there just because that happens to me almost every time. I always put the game in wrong. And now it will work, and if it doesn't, oh wow, that's going to look amazing on video. So let's see, as the spinning suspense continues, will we get a recognized game? Big League Sports Summer. Told you. I'll be honest with you guys, when I'm testing the games, I'm going to, like, the opening menu, I'm loading the first level, and that's about it. I'm not playing through every game here, alright? That is insane, alright? Alright, let's just play this guy. Get something going here. Play. That's typically the button we want to do. It's my game. Alright, boys. This is a gaming channel now.
Hit the coach with a coconut for more points.
Yeah! Yeah! What? 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 Okay, I can't sell this. This game's not working. Alright, so whenever I complete something, like a full test of it, and we made sure all the buttons worked, made sure, you know, I could swing with it, I hit the ball, and all that, I hit the coconut. What mode was that? I have no clue. It's on, it's connected. We move on to the other. We do this, you know, for the next 4 controllers, and the next 4 or 5 games that we have to test here. I'll not bore you with that process over and over again, but I will be completing it. That never doesn't feel good. That's so good, man. God. See, this is what it's about. You know? It's having fun. Sometimes, this is the beauty of the job, everyone. Every so often, you just come out here. Oh, hit the duck. And you're just having fun. Oh my god, I'm so good. You know, like, I'm testing, you know, I'm being productive right now. I'm making sure this game works, this Wii Remote works. Sadly, this is the last one. Don't shoot myself, I guess. Mastery. Mastery. Oh yeah! Unfortunately, it's not all fun and games. We can't be up here for like 3 hours playing this, right? We weren't doing that, totally. No, we had some fun. I enjoyed that. That was good. A little blast to the past of my childhood. I was a Wii guy. I really liked the Wii. That was a good one. So whenever I find these, it's always a joy. Always good to test. I really like doing my electronics, my games. You just don't find a lot of this stuff up by me. I always say your store is kind of dictated by what your stores near you have. So, for me, I can't be the game guy. I can't be the console guy. I can't be the hard goods guy. You see a lot of people on YouTube, they have their hard goods. They're just selling vacuums, all that. There's not a lot of that stuff up here in the thrift stores. So, I gotta make do what I have. You know, I do my books. There's so many books up here. So, a lot of music CDs. Every so often, we get a win like this. And we definitely pick it up. We never stray away from one of these. This is always a win. I'm going to show you guys what a listing like this will look like. Not going to go and do the listing now because, you know, it's like 3. And, you know, my parents want to do some stuff for Mother's Day. I want to be with my mom for Mother's Day a little more than I already have been. And, yeah, so that's why. So, obviously, this isn't exactly what mine will look like. And I would show you it, like I would display it, but like the laptop camera is really not good for it, so I wanted to just show you another one that I had that's basically the same thing. So we have the controllers on the right, we just have the wires. We like having an overview shot that shows everything, even all the manuals that we have for the Wii. We have the Wii manual, and then we go in. We show, hey look, this is the GameCube one. Hey look, we have this. We have some weird backings to this. We have some wear and tear on our manuals. Always show off your wear and tear. Like I said, be honest, be open with your customers. You don't want to send them something they don't think they're getting, right? So we send them this. We show every accessory, like again, a zoom in, and all the games. We show off the games, all the wires that are included, and yeah, and then some more accessories. So yeah, this is what it's ultimately going to look like roughly, and this is obviously the money shot. This is what the beauty of listing a console looks like. This is just the everything in one image. It's something I really like doing. It gets the message across whenever I've sold these consoles in the past. I've sold mainly Wii's. I've sold a few PlayStations and a couple of Xboxes, but mainly I've sold Wii's. I've sold maybe like I would say like 10 or so by now, just in total of just Wii's. And this is normally what I do, is a nice big open shot, and I like doing this for all the consoles of just everything that's included, and then going in on the specifics. Here it is, my friends, the electronics video. This is how I do my electronics. In general, there's obviously some variations, as we saw from my other listing that I have up there, but in general, this is my process. I have my TV with the HDMI and all the different video components. I like laying everything out, seeing what I have, parting stuff out that I want to part out, lot stuff up that I want to lot up, and then call it a day. Just go in, test, make sure everything works, because having everything tested just looks better with a thing. It's less hassle. You don't want to send out a big lot. Oh, wow, I got all this, and then, oh, no, I want to return it. This doesn't work. Just test your stuff in this case scenario. A lot of times, like if I have an individual like music CD, I won't test it, because I have like hundreds of music CDs. But when it's just a console, it's very good to just sit down, test it. Without further ado, I'll let you all enjoy your Mother's Day. If there's any mothers watching, I know my mother will be. Happy Mother's Day. You do a great job. We all do a great job. But you guys, this is your day. Double thumbs up to you all. You have my soldier salute and a peace. Summer's upon us. No more finals. No more school. You have a few good months with your host, Mantup Cells, to come. Hope you all are having a great start to your summer. And we'll see you all next video. Peace!